In this video, I'm going to show you how to open and execute Flames scenarios. I have gone to my launcher and my project in the launcher, and I have clicked on the Forge icon. And when I do that, I get this login window for Forge. This window should show you at least one Flames example database user, and it should show your username. When you created your project, you were asked for the name of a user to create in the scenario database. If you don't have a user here, you need to run the Flames database administrator, the scenario database administrator, and follow the instructions in the documentation for how to create a user. You need to have your own user to do these tutorials. So assuming that you create your user or one way or the other, we're going to log in as that user. And when we do, we get the main Forge window open here with the status window. If the status window doesn't show up, you can go to the scenario menu, and down here near the middle of the menu, you can select show status window. If your window's not docked, if it's floating out here like this, you can just grab the window and put your mouse in this bottom area and dock the window there. That's the most convenient way to show the status window. So I'm going to quickly just go straight to opening a scenario. I can select scenario and open, or I can use the tool button, which is the way I like to do it. And because I just installed Flames and I haven't created any scenarios yet, I don't own any scenarios, so no scenarios are listed here. I'm going to go to the Flames 21 examples user, and for you may be using a different version of Flames, so there should maybe a different version of the examples database, but it should look similar to this. And in the tutorial content that you installed in your project, there are two scenarios, and we are going to open the single shooter scenario. Whenever you run Forge, you will almost always be working with or be opening an existing scenario. It's very rare that you ever create a scenario completely from scratch. Even when you do create a new scenario, you're usually working with an existing scenario and then copying some portion of that scenario to create a new scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to double click on this single shooter scenario. And when I do that, since the scenario was owned by the 21 examples database user, it's going to give me the option to actually change the user under which I'm logged in. And I'm going to say no, and you should always say no. We don't ever want to log in as the example user. If we do that, we run the risk of editing and changing the data in the example user and the data that's owned by that example user, which would then invalidate the example scenarios and mess up the tutorials. So we never want to log in there. That user is defined such that other users can use the data, but they can't change it. So by not logging in as that user, we will be sure to not be able to change that data. So I'm going to say, no, I don't want to log in as that user. So when I complete the operation, the scenario loads and I see the scenario displayed in the main 2D view of Forge. This is a 2D map of the place in the world where the scenario is taking place. And it is created by drawing an elevation contour of the terrain data. So I have just two players in the scenario. In Flames, we call the scenario the players units. In Flames, an entity is a building block of a unit. It's a lower level object in the scenario. So our players in the scenario are called units. And I have just two units in this scenario. So I hit play, and the scenario will begin running. And you'll see time advancing here in the upper right hand corner. This unit detects the presence of this enemy unit, and it makes a decision to shoot a missile at that unit. So that's very simple introduction, but that's just how easy it is to open scenarios in Flames and to execute them. So thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing Flames.